Hey, it's great to be back again with some more counter videos. I'm Bulldog. This is video number 4, I believe, in the series. I'm going to show you some boss counters here for Grand Arena Territory Wars. Taking me a little while. It's difficult to find some boss teams to fight in order to get these videos done. But anyways, if you're new, there's this great Discord server. The link is in the video description. You can join it. You can type in whatever team you're facing. It's going to give you a list of great counter options. You'll find some of my videos I've done for previous teams. Today it's going to be Bossk Bounty Hunters. We'll jump into my favorite counter right off the bat, and that is a Krennic lead. You don't see a Krennic lead a lot of times. You don't need the Zeta either on Krennic or Death Trooper here, but it's going to make for quick work of these bounty hunters. And the reason why is because you're going to get ability block every time a bounty hunter is critically hit when they're debuffed. So you get Vader to start out, spread his debuffs on everybody, and then you've got a bunch of AoE characters here. TIE Fighter Pilot is great because he's naturally fast. Vader's naturally fast as well, so you don't have to have top speed mods. But you let them go first. TIE Fighter Pilot also has ability block on the primary target on his AoE. So even if you don't get a critical hit, you've got 2 chances to get ability block on Bossk. So that'll make it um, hard for things to go wrong in case you don't get a critical hit or you get a resist. There's basically a fail safe there. But anyways, the goal through all of these is going to be controlling Bossk. You keep ability block or stun on him, and the bounty hunters aren't they're really not that great if Bossk can't taunt. He's kind of the key to them. And then you've also got once you get one of these guys down, you've got Death Trooper. Use his Death Mark. Things will go extremely quick. You don't get a lot of healing in this run because of ability block. The bounty hunters are killer because they'll regenerate so much health and protection with those AoE debuffs. They spread all those, recover a ton of health and protection. If they're ability blocked, they're not spreading their debuff, so they're not recovering that health and protection, and they really become very easy to take down. This Krennic lead is really good against any teams that don't have any sort of self cleanse or counter those AoEs. So a team like this falls really fast to them. You don't see that Krennic lead a whole lot because so many teams have passive cleanses or like your rebels that'll just counter you to death if you use those AoEs. But the Krennic lead is outstanding here, and it's a really fun team to play. Bounty hunters are a great matchup, so I love taking advantage of this in territory wars. This is kind of my go-to team. The next team I have here, the one that I've used in Grand Arena a lot, is First Order. First Order work incredibly well because they're fast because the um, you've got plus 30 speed from the Kylo leadership ability, and then First Order officer is pretty fast and can give turn meter to crew who can stun Bossk for 2 turns. Bounty hunters themselves inflict a lot of these negative status effects, but they're very susceptible to them as well because they don't have a very good cleanse. Boss can cleanse on his taunt, but he has to use an active ability to do that. So here, for First Order, just a nightmare matchup because they can burn guys down fast. They've got that 2-turn stun, and then Kylo, his AoE just gives everybody turn meter, so they neutralize Bossk and then they hit fast and hard. Um, and it really doesn't matter what bounty hunter team you have. First Order are not going to have an issue with it. You do, I mean, we do get a lot of status effects, so Boba could possibly become an issue, but he's really not that much of a threat. Here I was deciding whether I wanted to take him down or just ignore him. Took my sweet time deciding there, didn't I? But First Order is a very good matchup. It sometimes does take a little bit of time to get through them. This match did go a little long, nowhere near the time limit. But sometimes that's actually not a bad thing for the First Order matches to take a little while. That is at least in Grand Arena because First Order will recover protection whenever they get a status effect. So giving them time at the end to build up those status effects and recover any damage they got can actually be a good thing. You see how durable Bossk is. He's barely taking any damage there with that extra defense. That's why we have First Order Executioner over here. It might take him a little while, but he's going to build up that health. The more health he has, the harder he hits. So eventually, I mean, we could do this forever here for as long as we needed for our First Order Executioner to build up enough offense to take him out. Or since they're stunned, well, Dengar over there in the corner could, when his AOE comes back around, he could recover a ton of health and protection for Bossk with all those debuffs he does. But First Order Executioner will maybe eventually get through there. I decided to get the stun on Dengar so he is less annoying, and that gives me time to regenerate. As you can see, I think we've got full health and protection on pretty much everybody there. Yep, that was a 60 banner win to Grand Arena, so you can see great matchup there. This next video is going to show another good counter, and this video is by Sidious's Pikachu. He runs that Discord server I was referencing, so again, be sure to check that out. This bounty hunter team is a little bit weak. I think there was a G11 character in there, but he's doing 4-on-5, so I think that more than makes up for it. And these work because again, Imperial troopers get extra speed, and then they're able to, especially with ranged trooper in there, they are able to take out the weakest bounty hunter very quickly, and then Imperial troopers. Once they get one kill, it just rolls. So they get that offense up, start getting all those bonus status effects. So it works extremely well. One of the next counter here, again, we're getting into stronger teams. So a Bastille lead, I think, is probably overkill for the bounty hunters, but I did want to show it anyways. This is a second Jedi group. I made sure not to use the teams that I was using in my Revan lead, other than Bastille. I usually use Bastille with my Revan team in Arena, but with Grand Arena Territory Wars, I like to break them up and use a second Jedi team because I can get a second win out of them. So that's why you see Anakin and Ahsoka here. In the past, I've had 6-dot mods on Anakin and Ahsoka. That's actually not the case here because I'm no longer using the Galactic Republic fleet. I've moved over to the Millennium Falcon, which I won't get into my thoughts on that in this video. But so they're not modded extremely well here like they have been in the past. This Jedi team works for a couple reasons. Again, first, it's just an extremely good team, but you've got Old Ben to help with ability block and to control everybody. And I'll mention right here, that was not a double Zeta Bossk, but I went after Bossk as if he was maintaining taunt to mimic that extra Zeta. So he did not have the extra Zeta, but I treated it just like he did so that you could see that there would be no difference if he actually had that extra Zeta. But anyway, the Jedi team is extremely strong, and then you've got Old Ben to use a mass ability block at the beginning to help get things started. Anakin has healing immunity, so that can help help get down Bossk quickly, or any of the other bounty hunters, so they're not regenerating all of that health and protection. So very easy match. Again, Boba could potentially do some major damage there with all of the buffs, so you have to be careful with that. Usually the computer is not smart enough to even play that, and so if you didn't want to spread all those buffs from Bastille, that might not be a terrible decision, but it usually works out just fine. And again, here's the final team here is a Jedi Training Ray squad. This was one that I found on YouTube. If you go up to the button that should be in the, for me it's in the top right hand corner on my Mac and my iPhone, but you'll see the link. They work great because again, you've got control to stun or ability block Bossk, and then you've got that healing immunity that can't be cleansed, although they don't really have a good way to cleanse anyways. But that healing immunity makes it easy to take down Bossk. Like the Bastille Elite, I think this is a little bit of overkill. You can use this Jedi Training Wraith to take down much tougher teams, so I wouldn't recommend it for bounty hunters. But if you don't have any other great counter options, or you've got plenty to play with as it is. This is a very easy team to take down. Almost any bounty hunter team. The droids give you turn meter to start, so you don't have to have good mods. None of these teams that I'm showing here, you need perfect mods. Um, so it's a pretty easy win. So there we go. That was a quick video. Only I think that was less than 11 minutes there. So not a lot to see, but I know Bossk teams can cause a lot of problems for people in Grand Arena or Territory Wars, mainly because they're fairly new. They're kind of new, but they're not really meta, so you don't see them in arena a lot. So they scare people because they're just not familiar with facing them. And if you underrate them or don't come in prepared, they can really do some major damage. Bossk is a great character. Just because he's not quite arena tier doesn't mean he can't be a huge threat. So so they're a very good team. But if you understand how to take care of them, how to control Bossk, make sure you outspeed them with some speed leads or something that gains turn meter at the start or just better mods. They're fairly easy to control if you understand how to attack them. So several videos showing that. Again, head over to that Discord server. It's great. If you want to find out how to counter anything else, that's the place to go. We're gonna get a lot more videos. Hopefully not so long in between the next videos. If you'd like to help us out, so we're gonna attack Night Sisters, First Order, Bastila teams. I think those are the teams we have coming up. They're hard to find. Find those teams to face. So the more people we have helping us out to get these videos, the better. So we love your help. Send me a message if you're interested in helping make these videos, and we'd really appreciate it. But that's all I've got for now. Thanks a lot for listening. See you next time.